Good afternoon and welcome to Tracy Village. You're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 2021-22 NTFL season, the TIO NTFL season here from Tracy Village, and it's round 16 action between the Wanderers and Darwin Buffaloes. I'm Will Zwar, with me is Natasha Medbury. The big talking point of today, Tash, to start off with, is obviously Jayden Kickett's 150th game. Pretty impressive feat for him. Yeah, it is, and he's crossed over to Buffaloes. Of course, played majority of those games at the Nightcliffe Tigers. It was great to see him run through the banner, and both teams did the guard of honour for him. And congratulations to Jayden. It's taken him a long while to get there, but always been a quality player, and he showed that last week with a good couple of, I think he kicked 3 or 4 goals against the Magpies last week. Yeah, hopefully he kicks a couple more today. Not sure how easy they'll come today against a pretty strong Wanderers outfit, but yeah, there's plenty of family of friends wearing their black Kickett 150 games t-shirt, so plenty of support for him today. Yeah, that was his mum and I think his granddad that was walking past with those shirts on. And so play is underway. Wanderers looking to get it first out of the middle. Looks set to be a pretty muddy game today after a fair bit of rain across the top end this afternoon, this morning. Big ruckman from Darwin. Ben Archard gets the first clean kick of the day towards Cooper, but he couldn't take the mark. Wanderers spilled it. Stokes now gets it across to Cooper. Looking to spin around on his right, goes inside to kick it. The milestone man. He's got it. He's got it. He's taken the first mark inside 50 for the day. This will be a brilliant start to the Buffaloes and Jayden Kickett and his 150 that we just spoke about. So I really hope that he goes back and slots this. Well deserved. Nice fella on and off the field. Known him for a very long time. No breeze either whatsoever out here. Milestone man walks in. Let's see how his nerves are. This will be a test for him. 45-degree angle, about 30 out. He kicks it. Just pushed it to the near side for him.
It could be a very important point, Ken.
The Wanderers look to restart play. Now find Daniel Fuller in the back pocket. He goes out wide onto that far wing, or the far back flank. So they've got a few backmen missing tonight. Lloyd Johnson's not playing, of course. Brody Newman's out for the week, and also Braden McLean. I think he picked up an injury last week. He didn't play the last quarter from memory, so I think he picked up a leg injury. So that's 3 big outs for the back 6 for Wanderers. And McLean, he was listed to play, but he was a late withdrawal, so maybe they thought he'd get up. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how those 3 pretty key players impact them, the omission of them today. But so far, so good. They've taken a mark in their defensive 50 there, good intercept mark. Now comes down the near wing. Simon Bates takes the mark pretty close to the boundary, rolls onto his left and goes forward. Good, strong leap by Adams, but he couldn't take the mark and buffs back on it. Abala now uses his pace, gets through. Oh, lovely kick. The other wingman in Jackson Clark. He plays on, again goes to kick it, and he's taken a mark running back with the flight. So he'll have another opportunity. A bit tough for this one, Tash. Yeah, he's actually running Daniel Fuller a little bit ragged there, the experience of Jayden Kickett. He goes to the hot spot, and it's a good mark. Now, hang on, the umpires called a push in the back, so Thomas Motlop actually worked that really well. I thought that he held his ground. That's the new rule, of course. As long as you hold your ground and it's not in the back, I thought that he did that. But of course, the umpire's always right, and Thomas Motlop, that I think has moved back to the back 6 because of the big 3 outs that are out, just to earn the free kick there. Lucky. And Tom Bulk from Buffs was pretty happy with himself, but obviously he's given away the free kick, unfortunately. They might have another opportunity here. Here's Ryan Pendlebury. There we go. Banana on his left, not so bad from Pendlebury, and it's the first goal of the game. So Buffalo's up and about early. It's 1 goal, 1-7. They're leading. Wanderers yet to really get it into their forward half and yet to score. Yeah, they're just struggling to get it over the halfway mark at the moment, Wanderers. But again, like we said, there's those big 3 missing from the back 6. So we'll just take a little bit of time to get used to back there with a couple of new players there. But that was a good goal in the end after an early celebration that was taken away from them. But I feel that they're just pressing the Buffaloes, making sure that Wanderers just put pressure on that target coming out of the back 6, the back half. Yeah, absolutely, and they've got a fair bit to play for today. Unfortunately, season seems to be over for them, but as we've mentioned a couple of times already, they've got that big milestone for Jayden Kickett. And already a free kick straight away in the ruck, so the Buffaloes are on fire. So Archard with his second centre clearance is a big ruckman, not too bad. Goes long, Cooper will crumb it, he picks it up, but wasn't clean. Good interception there from Wanderers. They're not doing too clean themselves, though. They're now working it out of the defensive line. Motlop was the target, but Stokes got a fist in there. He'll pick it up. He goes out wide.
That's a beautiful kick, an absolutely perfect kick there from Stokesy. Put it out into the space there for his teammate in Armat Watkins, sorry. Not a difficult kick, as we said. There's not much of a breeze here. Watching the trees, there's no flags to look at. You look at the top of the trees, but usually the goal kicking end at this end.
It's pretty still day, so he'd like his chances. Matt Watkins walks in, kicks it, bit too much on it, and it's through for another behind.
Yeah, exactly where he aimed that ball is where it went. There's no breeze whatsoever, so aim between the big sticks. There's no breeze to bring it around or inside out, but good to see Marlon Motlop. He's looking to come on. He was an absolute gun for them last week.
Wanderers restart play again. Mansell out to Motlop, Thomas Motlop. There's 4 of them out there today for the Wanderers. Shillabeer was the target there, but ball dropped just a bit short and it bounces over for a boundary throw-in.
Thomas is doing well. Of course, Motlop back in that back half there for the Wanderers. Had a few touches already. We've gone not that long into the first quarter.
So Adams on Archard in the ruck again. Bit of a nil draw that one, and the ball finds itself at the bottom of a collective of players. A little grabber kick out there towards the boundary line. Here's Totham trying to get it. Motlop then goes through to Erlinson. He only finds Bradley Stokes. Archard with a big boot on him, kicks it forward. Good fist forward there from Joe Collinson. And Bulk will be to it first. Lost his footing. And now Wanderers have an opportunity to leave their defensive 50 again. Finds
kick.
Mansell on the back flank. Looks forward and assesses his options. Doesn't like a lot so far.
He's got all the crowd telling him where to kick it to. He's that close to the crowd.
Shillabeer bounces over his fist again. Running onto it will be Totham. It's got pace. He goes to Tipalura. He lost his footing as well, so it is a bit of a slippery deck there. Marlon Motlop throws it on the right. What a goal that was. He opens the account for the Wanderers today.
Already said how dangerous he was, and that's why he's not long been on the ground, of course. Comes on and kicks the first goal for the Muck-Mucks, and a good kick at goal as well. Very hard to keep him from that pocket, but Marlon Motlop's an absolute star, and that's why he's a big inclusion to the Wanderers team. And if they can keep him there during the finals campaign, they look very, very dangerous, the Wanderers.
Absolutely. He would be the X factor that could win them a clutch game in that final series coming up in a few weeks' time.
Just with his experience from, of course, was on the Port Adelaide list there, and then absolute star down for Glenelg. Goes straight back in the middle as well. So we've got scoreboard just a little bit late here, so Buffalo's still in front by 2 points. We've gone 7.5 minutes in the first quarter.
Great hit out there from Ben Archard, but they've given away the free kick, so Wanderers will have an opportunity to go forward. Be Simon Bates with the ball in possession. Goes out wide. Not a great kick, and he found the opposition ruckman.
Oh, well done.
Take the mark. Good pressure there from the Wanderers player. It's a free kick to Buffaloes in the back pocket.
It's Alex Wheater playing up there full forward.
Oh, good strong mark there from Bradley Stokes on that far wing.
Read that like a book, didn't he? He got a bit of hang time there.
He did. Wasn't in best position, but he made the right position for himself. He goes inboard to Archard, who's been very busy, probably the busiest man on the ground so far today. He now goes forward to Bork, but couldn't take the mark. And it's a boundary throw-in on the far forward flank for Darwin Buffaloes.
That's Marlon Motlop that helped that one go over. So getting back to help his defensive 6 here.
So Archard on Tipalura in the ruck. Archard with the hit out. Set to have a busy day.
Oh,
Soft as.
Pendlebury, I think.
that's lucky. Not us either, that's supporters.
I think he's possibly a bit lucky there. He's drilled a pass into Armat Watkins, but the
That can't be the siren. I heard something go off, but it can't be. That's what happened last night as well. We had an early first quarter by about 5 minutes.
We've only been playing about 8 minutes worth of this first quarter.
So we're still going.
Umpire looks like he'll throw it in. Fair bit of confusion around the place. I don't think anyone really knows what's going on.
Well, Mitchell Taylor's just putting his jumper on now and is ready to come on. So I wondered where he was. He wasn't there during the warm-up. So obviously he's rocked up a little bit late, but got the jumper on. He's waiting to come on. There'll be a big inclusion in that back six if he gets back out there.
Might have thought he'd just missed the first quarter as well. So another ball up in the Buffaloes' forward pocket. Good hit out from Archard there. Couldn't find his target on ground level, and so a barrel out of the defensive 50 from Wanderers sees them away. Cater Barla should get to it first. In fact, it's his teammate. They all fall to ground, and it's Keelan Fijo.
Fijo he just did so much better in the mud there, Will.
Finds Shillabeer, is within range. Rarely is he out of range. He goes towards goal. Wasn't accurate, and the Buffaloes player's done very well on the last line defence there. Nearly found bowls. Wanderers will have another opportunity here, you'd think.
Lucky to get away with that. The Buffaloes, the numbers were for Wanderers, and now they've got them open with a slingshot here from 50.
Archer to Pendlebury in the middle. About 80 out from goal. Kicks it to an absolute pack of Wanderers on the ground there. Now comes to Daniel Wheatra. He goes to Taylor. Taylor out to Mansell. Mansell inboard, does a quick 1-2 with Tipalura. And he goes down the ground. Free kick paid to Wanderers. They're looking to go pretty quick here, Tash. Finds Shillabeer.
Yeah, he's a go-to person. I love him playing up at half forward rather than full forward. There we go.
Bit of guts behind that kick. A bit too much, and it's gone through for a point.
So it's a couple of shots now that he's had, but just moving up the ground, because he's got such a big kick, he's dangerous, even from 60, if he takes a mark, he can still roast that ball. But that one was just a little bit offline.
He's a big, strong, athletic target as well, so, he can move up the ground. He's not going to get tired out too quickly. But it's Buffalo's opportunity again. Ryan Pendlebury again on that far wing. Goes inboard. Just cut off there by Daniel Wheatra. Wanderers looking to go forward again. And they've had a fair bit of the play. It's started all on Buffalo's terms the first 3 or 4 minutes, and it's all been Wanderers ever since.
Yeah, we've gone 11 and a half minutes now into this first quarter. Of course, Wanderers' home game here today. It is.
Umpire balls it, throws it in.
Over the boundary line again. Now, it's not a big oval, this Tracy Village Oval, so it's quite, if you go down the corridor, usually, 2 really big kicks and you're having a shot at goal, and the wings aren't that wide either, so it's really a golden opportunity, even where the boundary throw-in is here for Wanderers.
We've seen that a few times where it takes very sort of slingshot down one end, back the other end of the ground. So I'm sure we'll see a fair bit of that today. Archard gets the free kick. He gives it off to Abala on the run. The boundary line has beaten bowls, and already we've seen plenty of throw-ins on that far side as well. So you're not wrong about the narrow ground. And
they're flirting with the boundary line a little bit too much. I feel, especially when the corridor's there and such a small ground. I think you'd look for the corridor a lot more.
Wanderers play at the bottom of the pack there. He's pinged for holding the ball. It was Joel Cabillo. And Buff's quick to move on.
No.
But Motlop was there to intercept. He works it forward. She'll be the target, almost being held, and he'll be paid a free kick, I think, there.
Doing it all day, umpire.
He's calling for someone to give him an option. Sells a bit of candy. Now kicks it long. To Alex Wheatra. That's a great mark. He's dropped it.
Just at the last minute there, he dropped it. And instead of blazing away there, Shillabeer, he actually popped that to the top of the goal square, which I think was the better option. And Wheatra, he had it, and I think he'd spent it before he actually had it. He was thinking goal already.
Yeah, he looked to turn and play on pretty quick, and I think in doing so, he just didn't quite hold on to it for as long as he could have and as long as he probably should have. Archard, again, that's about his 6th or 7th hit out today already. He's set for a massive day. Just depends on whether he can use it, and it's Wanderers who've ended up with the ball yet again. Good tackle on the player there from Eldridge. And Buff's now looking to move quickly.
Oh,
Clark
dangerous.
Stokes puts his captain in danger, tried to get it back. He's working around it now with Motlop. It's taken by Daniel Wheatra on that far wing.
Been one of their best players so far, Thomas Motlop, coming from that half back.
Very recognisable in the red boots today. And Wanderers edge the ball forward, but can't take possession. Possibly now. Cabillo gets it out wide. Kick goes into the pocket. Didn't find target.
Oh, he's gone.
Crees ping for holding the ball.
Good work to the big ruckman there. He didn't get him the first time, but just putting that pressure on allowed his teammate to then get him the second time.
Bala pops it over the top. A bit too cute from Luke Roberts. Tried to do the one-hander and it didn't pay off. He's dropped it. He'll have another attempt here. Hayden Brown on the ball. Gets a foot to it. Cooper will be first to it. He keeps it in. Tottenham's done very well there to give him some pressure. Now he takes possession and he's earned himself a free kick.
I thought the Wanderers runner was pretty lucky not to give away the free kick. He was actually in that play there.
Now with Erlinson. Goes out. Uses the far side. Now with Fijo. And he turns it over. Ball now comes out to Abala on the back flank for Buffaloes. He's got to play short, thought about it, nearly stumbled over his own feet and has reassessed.
Oh.
Probably should have stuck with his first option as he's kicked it to a man in the middle of three Wanderers players. Cooper's done well there, gets it over the top to Pendlebury. Now to Stokes, he's running forward.
Oh.
And Balk's there at the back of the pack, couldn't take the mark. Great work there from Wheatra.
You got dragged to the ground, you clown.
Oh.
And the ball is just caressed over the boundary line.
Experience there by Daniel Wheatra to get back. I thought that ball was over the top, Will, but just managed to get a fist in it and let his teammates get back to help him with that scrummage just in front of goal there. But dangerous position here for the Buffaloes.
We've mentioned, obviously, they're missing three of their big defensive players, Wanderers, and the rest of the team seems to know that that's where the risk is today, and they're doing very well so far to mitigate that risk.
Well, that's a high one. And you're right, because the midfields are really dropping back to help that back six. So something they have noted before the game from Aaron Motlop. Just having a bit of a chat to the runner there. Obviously sending out a few messages, trying to get some rotations happening.
And it's Tom Balk from
he looks absolutely spent here at the moment.
He thought he kicked the first goal of the game after, I think it was Jaden Kickett handballed it over the top, and he's kicked it over the top, and he gave away a free kick. So he'll be looking to redeem himself here, extend their 1 point lead. And he's...
that's a bad miss.
Yeah, very bad miss. Very easy, very gettable goal there. They edge out to 1 goal, 3, 9 points, leading Wanderers on 1 goal, 1, 7.
He seems to be their favoured wing at the moment, Wanderers. Every kick out they've taken comes this way.
On the back flank. Ruckman in Adams is the target there, but it's gone over his head. Now with Demarangi. He comes out. He's put a fair bit on that to the Ruckman Archard, made him work, but he's taken a good, strong mark. He goes inboard to Clark. Couldn't find the target. Fijo was tackled, nearly gave it up, but did well to keep possession. Erlinson now goes inside 50. An errant kick. And Buffaloes have another opportunity coming out of their back line.
They've got the numbers out here. They just need to stick to that wing.
Here's Vrodos. Looking down to Collinson. Couldn't take the mark.
In the back, so free kick. The middle umpire has picked that one up. So going to the way of Daniel Wheatra.
It's a ball now with Daniel Clee, that half-back flank. Flirted with the idea of a switch, but instead he goes down the line. And good mark by Abala. He's paid it. He was hit after he'd taken it.
Yeah, probably line ball for the 50 there.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Tash. And not a great kick from Abala. So pretty sloppy skills so far today, which
a gettable mark, but that was a gettable mark. Not much pressure on him, so just perceived pressure, I feel, there from Wanderers to cause that turnover.
I think it almost feels like they feel a bit suffocated in there, which is probably something to do with the fact it is such a small ground.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of move to room.
I love playing at this ground, actually, to be honest, because it's not that big.
Adams kicks it forward now. Shillabeer has got it in front of him. Fijo now goes forward. Simon Bates is the runner over his head, and again
space as well. We had space open there. Batesy loves those opportunities, but unfortunately, again, that shortened field, the not big wings, the ball goes out. So the players, I feel, are still adapting to that as such, and they play here at least a couple of times a year, so be one of the key addresses from the coaches, I feel.
I don't think it's been a happy hunting ground for them so far this year. I think they've played twice here and yet to win. Hopefully, they'd be hoping today's the day.
Yeah, I think they came up against St Mary's last time they were here.
Archard with the hit out. It's a down. Good tackle now. Ball comes out to the runner for Wanderers. Finds Marlon Motlop. And he'll be going back for his second. He's pretty confident. He's not looking for anyone to give the ball off to. And he's walking back to start his run in.
So he dragged his opponent back down there. He was on the ball, but good movement by Marlon Motlop, and he had a few metres on his opponent as well. Is that Bradley Stokes on the mark?
Might be, yeah, one of the Stokes boys.
Yeah, Jared's coming off now, so definitely Bradley.
He kicks it, and goal umpire barely moves, so that is Marlon Motlop's second goal of the quarter, and he puts the Wanderers in front. So as we tick over the 20-minute mark of the quarter, it's Wanderers on 2 goals, 1-13, leading Darwin Buffaloes 1 goal, 3-9 here at Tracy Village in round 16 of the AFL&T's 2021-22 NTFL season.
Yeah, he kicked that goal in red time there, but good movement by Wanderers. They're not panicking. Got it down there, but the stoppages, I feel, are benefiting the Wanderers. Happy for the stoppages to happen. They're getting the ball out the back and moving it forward a little bit too easily than what the Buffaloes would like. And just in front of their opponents, of course, which it's not raining, but the conditions are still wet weather footy. So you've got to make sure you're in front.
Archard again out of the middle. He's won plenty of it in the air, but can't find his teammates on the ground, and Wanderers move forward. Batesy versus Abala. Abala will get to it first. Handballs it over the top. And now Fijo did a little blind turn there. Kicked it to the hot spot, but it was occupied by a Buffs player. There's 2 of them at the drop of the ball now.
Oh,
and under not a lot of pressure, he's taking it over.
Oh, he was very lucky there, because Shillabeer had actually fallen over. So where was the pressure coming from? Very, very lucky to get away with that.
Absolutely, very lucky. Paul Campbell now here. Made Paddy Bowles work. He gets the ball back and he's in space now. Done himself a bit of a favour. But wasn't a great kick to his teammate. And Charles Sharples has given away a 50-metre penalty.
That's another 50 as well, so he's got in the way. Sharples, just frustration, I think. He hasn't really got his hands on the footy so far, Will. And that's something I was talking about with Eliza last night. I don't know why the players, when they got a 50, don't pick it up like Daniel did and start running, because there's always 90% of an infringement, because someone will try and run with you or come from side on to take that mark when you're not allowed to. So he's just earned himself 100 metres and he's going to have a shot on goal now. Just smart play.
And Sharples has taken himself straight to the bench after that one as well.
Yeah, he did. So Daniel Fuller, that was just really smart play, as I said, Will, but I could see that Sharples was very, very frustrated in that middle a couple of minutes ago, just not getting his hands on the footy for a player of his calibre. He's just, the coach probably needs to just have a bit of a word to him.
Yeah, and wasn't a great kick to him from Campbell. Sort of turned over straight to Fuller, and he's not quite remonstrated, but he's sort of retaliated, and it looks like that's quarter time here. So it's 3 goals, 1-19 thanks to that late goal. Wanderers leading Darwin Buffaloes on 1 goal, 3-9, so a 10-point margin. We'll be back after this short break. Welcome back to Tracy Village. You're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 2021-22 TIO NTFL season. It's round 16 and today we've got the Wanderers versus Darwin Buffaloes, and at quarter time it's Wanderers leading 3 goals 2-20 on Darwin Buffaloes 1 goal 3-9. It was Buffs who got off to a quick start with the first goal of the game through Ryan Pendlebury Tash, but since then Wanderers have sort of seemed to assert their dominance.
Yeah, just ill-disciplined there by Charlie Sharples just before quarter-time siren. Daniel Fuller took the mark in front of us, of course, and he gave away 50, and then he gave away another 50, so it took him all the way to the goal line, which I wouldn't be surprised if there was another 50 in there, because it was a good 100 metres that took him to that goal line, to be honest.
And the other 2 goals went to Marlon Motlop for Wanderers, so he's had a pretty good start to the game as well today. As Wanderers look to pick off where they finished, but not if Ben Archard, who's been Buffalo's best, has anything to say about it. He threw it on the boot and kicked it high in the air, not too far, and come straight back to him. Fijo tried to get a fist in there. Now Shillaby on that far forward flank. He kicks it to Marlon Motlop in the forward pocket, goes to the hot spot. He's got Weetra calling for it and Bates at the fall of the ball. Couldn't work it out though. Now with Roberts for Buffaloes, he goes back. Cooper's the target on this near side wing. Bounced over his head, and there's plenty of Wanderers. Thomas Motlop got the ball there. He's been one of the better players for Wanderers today. Now with Shane Thorne, he goes back to Motlop. Running inside 50, and he finds the opposition ruckman.
Not his best kick there, Thomas. I reckon he should have had a shot, to be honest. He was on the run, had a little bit of space in front of him, and I know he's got a big kick behind him as well, Thomas.
Archard's just about got a gravitational pull on him today. He's seen that much of the ball. Shillaby earns himself a free kick. He's probably not too far out to score with a boot as big as his.
Oh, I'm with you, Will.
He looks like he could be about 70 out there. He instead kicks it to Tipalura, who's by himself on the 50, and he plays on. He kicks towards goal, and he likes that one.
Poor checking there.
All Wanderers to start this second quarter, and they extend their margin to 17 points.
Yeah, very poor checking there, and good work to Shillaby. I think even the Buffaloes thought that he was going to have a crack. It might have gone to the goal square, but he looked inboard into the corridor, and there was Tipalura that just too easy. No one was around him. He was able to play on and just make it a little bit easier, the shot right in front of goal. So just a little bit too easy at the moment, I feel, for Wanderers. And again, as you said, Will, I think Archard is the best player out there. He's having to drop back into that hole in the back 50, and you don't want your ruckman down there the whole game. They need to get on the attack a little bit more, and probably their options coming out of half-back haven't been the right ones at the moment, the Buffaloes.
Absolutely not. Archard again, there he is, gets it down to Stokes. That was a great little 1-2 combo. Paddy Bowles at the fall of the ball, couldn't pick it up off the ground. Cooper did his work to try and extract the ball. Now with Collinson, he goes to Stokes. Stokes snaps on the right towards goal. Don't think it'll go through, but Matt Watkins is at the fall of the ball, and Mitch Taylor takes possession, keeps it alive. He's tackled, goes to full back, and he's pinned for incorrect disposal, which doesn't look too happy about.
So here's Jaden Kickett again, the milestone man. Can he finally kick one? He's had
2 opportunities.
Couple.
And I think a third, which he's instead gone for goal. He went for a teammate.
And well done to Thomas Clark as well. Just 2 or 3 efforts out there, young Tommy Clark.
So in he walks, milestone man, and he's kicked that one through.
Well done, Jaden Kickett. Deserves that goal, and Buffaloes respond. They needed to get the next goal to keep them within it. I know that it hasn't blown out as yet, but just the way Wanderers are playing, the Buffaloes needed that. And look at them all get around Jaden Kickett. That's what he means to the Buffaloes. As I said, hasn't been there his whole career, but just his influence and his experience out there means a lot to the Buffaloes.
So he reduces the margin to 11 points. It's Darwin Buffaloes on 2 goals 3-15, trailing Wanderers 4 goals 2-26.
Just looking to see if the Buffaloes actually made any sort of changes at quarter time. Doesn't look like they have. Kept the same structure.
Archard again to Stokes. If they can keep that up, they're half a chance today.
Yeah, they're winning the clearances. That's the thing. It's just this next kick.
Marcus Tottenham for Wanderers, as you said. Now it's Wanderers looking to go forward, and they've got plenty of options. Erlinson will run onto it. He's got Tipalura up forward, but he's
There's that boundary again.
And it might not look like it on the screen at home, but it's been a very wet day here, and it's very slippery, very muddy, and not the best display of skills we've seen today, Tash.
Yeah, it was sun all day yesterday, which was great, but this morning it bucketed down again, so it just made a little bit slippery conditions again out there for the players.
Archard on Tipalura in the ruck. Archard again, this time over the back. He's tapped it to himself. But Wanderers work it forward, grab it along the ground. And Stokes did his well to keep the ball in possession as he hit the ground. Now looks like it's coming out. And Aaron Stokes kicks in board. Jaden Kickett takes the mark. He kicks it to the run of Tom Balk.
That's a good kick.
Great.
Beautiful weighted kick over Daniel Reacher, which is not easy to do. He reads the ball so well, but well done, Jaden Kickett again involved in that. Now, he missed his first shot. The first one, though, was taken away from him as a free kick.
He kicked it and he was very excited with himself, and taken away from I think it was a push in the back in the end. Second one was an absolute shank from a pretty gettable shot. This one not as easy. Puts a bit more guts into it, and he's very happy with that one. Look at him celebrate. So
there's a celebration that he didn't get to have in the first one, but of course the bit harder shot he gets, the easy one he missed, but they needed that. So that's back-to-back goals now here to the Buffaloes, which is much needed. Now they're only 5 points behind, and we've gone 6 minutes in the second quarter, Will.
So they've started the second quarter, or the first sort of minute. Wanderers obviously kicked their first goal, and it looked like they might run away with it, but Buffs have sort of come to play, and they're showing they're not going to go down without a fight, particularly for that milestone man who's been involved in those last 2 goals, kicking one himself and setting up his teammate.
Yeah, and the clearances, as we spoke about from Archard here, just look where Stokesy is. Stokesy's not in there at the moment, so he's obviously gone down to the bench or down to the forward line.
Instead, it's Paul Campbell in there who will get the clearance for Buffaloes. Comes out now to Rodos on the half-forward flank, but the boundary line again will beat them all.
A deliberate, the umpire spinned them very hard when the boundaries are that short here, but yeah, probably a 50-50 that one.
Motlop looks to go inboard, and he finds Matthew Motlop. Back to Tom Motlop. Back to Matthew Motlop. It's a family affair today.
Always is with the Wanderers. That's Matt. Is that? Look, no, that's Wheatra.
He goes across to Taylor.
But they've shut down that movement forward, which is a bonus to the Buffaloes.
Fine Thorne, who was probably lucky to be paid that one. But they don't look as easy going forward. There's not a lot going on for them. Shillaby is offering something, but they're not ready to go over to him yet. Now with Tassano, he goes to Shillaby. Ball slips through. Clee was at the fall, he couldn't take possession, and Buffs look like they will take it away from the danger zone.
So Eldridge is still down in back play for the Buffaloes. Just keep an eye on him. He's now got to his feet.
Big Ben Archard kicks it to Bulk. Couldn't take the mark there. His hands haven't been great today. He's been in plenty of contests like many of his fellow forwards, but no one's really taken a lot of marks inside forward 50 today.
Yeah, he apologised there to the big ruckman. He probably should have taken that mark. He had the right ball drop there over Thomas Motlop, but it's close to that boundary line, dropped it.
So Adams with a rare hit out gets it to Thorne, who's come alive in this second quarter. Eldridge took a tumble and he was tunnelled, so he'll get paid a free kick.
He played that very well, Timmy. Was there, of course, but he made sure the umpire actually seen with the roll. Absolutely.
Didn't mind a bit of acrobatics there. He kicks it again through the hands of Bulk. Kick it very clean off the ground. He goes towards goal. It's a behind though.
He is turning back the clock here, Jaden Kickett, and he's 150th.
Yeah, having a very good day so far. Now Taylor kicking out from fullback. He goes to Clee. Another one who's getting his hands on it more and more as the game goes on. Goes back to Taylor. Kicks down that far wing. And Buffs through Pendlebury will look to counter-attack. Here they go, over the top. Straight down the throat of Daniel Fuller. Not being clean with it though. Here's Brenton Motlop. He goes out wide to Tom Motlop.
Well done, Thomas Clark there.
And he throws it on his
well
on his
done.
left.
That goes in the highlight reel. That was great work by Thomas Clark.
Great goal there. He's intercepted the ball. Hasn't quite taken as clean as he would have liked, but he's followed it up and a left foot snap.
He read the ball coming out to Thomas Motlop there, and he got on his bike and he managed to just get in front, get a fist to it, worked it to ground, and he basically crumbed his own footy, and good left foot kick there. I praised him up a couple of minutes ago. I thought his effort in the forward 50, 2, 3, 4 efforts there just created a goal for them with Jaden Kickett, and he's a crucial player to them. Thomas Clark in the midfield, of course, he's moved back in there with Stokesy, so good goal to him, but that'll be on the highlights reel for sure.
And more
great individual effort.
It's put them in front, so wouldn't have thought it, but it's put them 2 points up. They're 4 goals 4, playing 4 goals 2. Play again underway, and they're not looking at stopping there. Archard crumbing the ball again and getting a centre clearance. Big strong kick over the top. It'll come to Sharples. He goes in forward to Armat Watkins. Couldn't take the Mark Cooper at the fall of it. He keeps his feet, but a Wanderers boot will get to it on the ground first. Now comes out to Roberts. Roberts goes to the top of the square. Ball flies from behind. Couldn't take the mark. Here it is with Armat Watkins trying to use his body, and ball's been taken high.
Well done to Sharples there. He got 2 crucial touches in there, and he owes his team a goal as well, of course, just before quarter time, and Walsh goes in and kicks an easy goal. Wow, hasn't the tide turned in this second quarter?
Absolutely, and we're even saying that the goal kicking was down the other end. He might have earned himself another free kick for a hit after he's kicked that goal.
Oh, no way. This is Aaron Motlop will be seething there. That is another goal, is just making sure, the umpire is giving it. So I think Jaden Kickett's going to take it. Or is he getting the footy for him?
He might be getting the footy. He can't do that to the bloke in his 150th game, jumping fences and fetching the footy.
You go off age with that. You can make one of the young ones do that. I reckon I'd do a hammy jump in the fence these days.
Get one of his kids or his nieces and nephews behind the goals to help him out.
Oh, wow, I can't, especially from Mitchell Taylor. The umpire's having a good chat to him, but very undisciplined like from Mitchell Taylor.
So Bork, who missed a couple of early opportunities, in the blink of an eye, has kicked his third.
In this quarter alone, Will, which is the most important thing, and Mitchell Taylor's still pleading his case as the Buffaloes get around Bolch there, but yeah, good goal, but just a silly one afterwards. I didn't actually see, well, what did he do? Deck him after he kicked the goal?
I did see a body hit the ground. I think it was Bulk, and he's just letting him know about it. He seems to have a bit of talk and chat about him. If you look at him there, he's still carrying on.
Oh, he's stirring up the back six there, which you want to do as a forward, because you can put them off their game. I mean, they go in front now by 8 points.
He'd be letting them know I've kicked the last 3 goals of the game, and
we're only 13 minutes into this quarter as well. What a momentum swing it's been.
He's still giving a little niggle to his opponent currently. That's Daniel Wheatra. Plenty of chat about, and a bit of heat in this one up in that Buffalo's forward line. Archard again taps the ball down. Stokes picks it up, throws it on his left. Another clearance for him this quarter. Balk the target.
Oh, that's got to be a free kick. All they did was run straight into him.
And he's been hit pretty hard.
Oh, they knew what they were doing then, and probably quite lucky not to give away a 50-odd field, because there was total intention in that.
Yeah, he's put a target on his head and he's happy to wear it by the looks of things. He loads up, kicks it to the hot spot, and he's put a bit too much on it, and he's kicked it behind. But he'll be back. Don't worry about that. He'll be there all day with his chatter and with his kicks on goal.
Well, he knows he's getting under their skin, so of course you're going to keep trying to do that. If you're going to earn free kicks and give your team the better opportunity, then you'll keep going. So Wanderers need to sort of wake up to that, and I reckon Aaron Motlop will have a chat to him at half-time about that as well.
Ball out now. Cabillo took the mark, got it off to his teammate. Shillabeer now takes it on the centre wing. Surely too far out from there. He's halfway down the field. He's got a big boot, but not that big. He goes forward. And Cabillo's worked himself forward as well. Overruns it. Buffs now.
Yeah, well done.
A free kick.
That's Stokesy. The captain courageous out there. He just lifts this team. He is the barometer for this Buffaloes team. I feel he always is. And just his effort, second and third efforts that he gives, he just seems to win the ball. Sometimes I don't know how, but just so clean.
Now comes to Liam McDonald. He's got one Stokes boy leading high on the flank. Doesn't go that far. Maybe he should have. Ball now comes down the wing. Bit of a helicopter over the top of the players. Cooper will tap it to himself. Paddle runs over it. Gets it back. Throws it on the outside of his right. It's Armat Watkins. He overran it as well, but he takes possession now. He kicks it out to the run of kick it. Takes the mark, and he's running into an open goal. He kicks it, and it's gone through. His second goal of the day today as well.
Well done to Cooper there. He misjudged the footy and then paddling it to himself. I thought he overran it, but he went back and got it. A beautiful kick in, a hurried kick, but I think that's what catches Wanderers actually off guard there. And Armat Watkins, of course, made the contest, and then seen Jaden kick it. I thought he was going to go back, but he ran into pretty much an open goal, but still was a hard kick, but he swung it in there, the milestone man, and he's kicked 2 in this quarter. And wow, they've kicked, what, 6 goals in this quarter.
Yeah, full flight kick it was running into that goal, but he's threaded the needle, just snuck at the right side of the goalpost.
Bended at the right time, didn't it? Wow.
Archard in the ruck again. Matthew Motlop finds the ball, gets it to Clee. He kicks it forward as well. Now it'll come out of their defensive 50. The Buffaloes, they work it forward only as far as Thomas Motlop. He throws it forward. Wanderers looking at Shillabeer. Kept his footing just enough. Tottenham's there in support. He'll take it, roll around, throw it on the boot. Just to behind. Would have loved to go there, the Eagles.
But very messy going into their forward 50 here, Wanderers. So Buffaloes have done well to sort of put them off their structure in their game, moving it into the forward 50.
Not a lot going on. Jared Stokes finds himself with it. Goes down to Abala. Under pressure. He'll look to follow up his efforts. And Tottenham gets it over the top to Motlop. He's hit hard by Stokes. Tottenham again. Tries to work it through to Sony.
Dangerous here. They're under pressure here, the back 6 for the Buffaloes, and caught holding the footy, just pressure. They just kept grinding and grinding there, the Wanderers, and they've done it the hard way, but they've earned themselves a free kick inside the 50 and a gettable goal here.
A little bit of chaos from Wanderers, so don't mind that. That's something that could hopefully change the tides for them, change their fortunes, and it's Clee who will end up with a shot on goal.
We're right behind him on this one. Still no breeze whatsoever to speak of here at Tracy Village.
So he walks in. They trail by 21 points, Wanderers. And he's reduced that margin to just 15 points.
Yeah, good scramble there to Wanderers. It didn't look pretty, but the goals on the board at the end of the day. They worked it forward. They created the stoppage, put the pressure on, and we've gone 18.5 minutes in the second quarter.
And as we tick over that 18.5 minute mark, it's AFL&T's coverage of the 2021-22 TIO NTFL season that you're watching with us here at Tracy Village, and it's yes, a 15-point margin in favour of the Buffaloes. So somewhat unexpected, but given they've got a big milestone to play for, and the milestone man in Jaden Kickett turning it on, along with his fellow forward up there in Tom Bork, who's kicked 3 goals this quarter alone, It's a very interesting game on our hands.
We've found a throw. Now, mathematically, the Buffaloes definitely can't make the 5. If they win the next couple of games and Wanderers lose, I think it's Wanderers.
I think the issue is they needed Southern Districts to lose every game, including this weekend. And Southern
because they
Districts
had
have had the forfeit
yeah.
Wee Bombers. So unfortunately, I think it is season over for them.
Which is unfortunate for them, like a finals type atmosphere. That feels like what they're playing for as well. But
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so definitely out for them.
Still playing for pride for the jumper, and today for Jaden Kickett as well. Here's a big fella, Ben Archard. He's been very good today, probably one of their best, and this would be good reward for effort if he can kick it through. It's not a great kick, it's just a behind for the big ruckman.
Yeah, he roosted that one over the fence of the houses at the back there, I feel. He's got a good kick and big kick on him anyway. He probably just put too much into that.
Motlop now goes forward. He finds Thorne. Thorne couldn't take the mark. He's close up on the boundary line, being pressured, and he's taken it over. So we'll have a throw in. No, he's been paid a free kick. Assesses his options, comes inboard across ground to Daniel Wheatra at centre half back. Goes a short 45-degree kick, and they're working it slowly but surely through the ground now with Tom Motlop. He kicks it to the run of Erlinson.
If they can peg back another goal here, they'll be very happy with this.
Now taken by Taylor, who owes them one. He finds Matthew Motlop. Plays on, goes to Shillabeer, who wanted it.
Oh,
great defensive work there from Hayden Brown. Just read it a bit better, and he's attacked the ball, whereas Shillabeer sort of waited for it to come for him.
Yeah, he read that so well, and if it got over the back, then definitely it was. You could probably mark that one down, even though Shillabeer's had a couple of shots and haven't got any. But Wanderers just looking a little bit better, moving it forward in the last couple of minutes.
Pendlebury with the ball just behind centre, kicks it to a long, hard lead from Bulk. Didn't find him in the air, but he takes possession, handballs it to his own advantage. Now he goes to the hot spot. Who's there? Jaden Kickett. And good fist in there from Daniel Fuller to spoil it over for a rush behind. He's probably kicking himself there,
Jaden. He probably should have challenged that ball, I reckon, and tried to at least take the mark over Fuller, or at least create it to ground there, because Fuller would have gone to ground running back, of course. So if he would have had his time again, I reckon he would have done that differently.
Mitch Taylor now on that full back line. Clee calls him to kick it long. He doesn't go there. Instead, he goes outside on the far wing. Finds Shane Thorne, plays on, takes a bounce. Rolls it forward to Motlop. Didn't see the defender coming the other direction. And now Buffaloes will have an opportunity for another forward volley before the half-time siren. Ball's bounced up and over him. Now with Taylor, he handballed it over to Abala. He goes inside 50 again to the hot spot. This time it's Armat Watkins, but it'll cross over the goal line first, and he's not happy, Armat Watkins.
Yeah, he had two players on there, Buffaloes. If you just put it to the top of that square, there was 2-on-1, so probably not the right decision there by the Buffaloes. Should have put it to the top of the square. So a goal's gone begging there, that opportunity.
And it would have capped off a pretty impressive quarter from them. They've kicked 6 goals already so far. There's another 50-metre penalty given away, this time in favour of Mitch Taylor.
50 galores here. We've gone 23 minutes nearly right on now, so they do not want to give up a goal here, Buffaloes.
Shillabeer in the centre of the ground. You want to move it quickly and long. That's exactly what he does. And he's got Alex Wheatra at full forward. He couldn't take the mark. Buffs sense the danger, and they look to get it out of there quickly. Out to Pendlebury on that far flank.
Archer is everywhere, isn't he?
Shillabeer now. He goes inbound to Erlinson. His opposition overran him, so he plays on, kicks to the top of the square without really looking at a target. And it'll be Stokes who looks to exit the ground. Great intercept there from the Wanderers player. Kicks it to the top of the square. Don't really know if he's just kicked it a bit too long there. Now with Mansell, he went to Marlon Motlop, tried to handball it over the top. Abala throws it on the boot, gets it out of the defensive 50. Now Tom Motlop has to move quick, he does. Good kick, he finds his man there, just on the 50-metre arc. asks for a runner. He gets one in Marlon Mollop. He goes towards goal. Bit too much on it though, and it's a behind.
Yeah, very lucky there for the Buffaloes. Look, Clee could have gone back and had a shot there.
Yeah, he didn't really look confident.
No,
he first called for Tom Motlop, who was a bit too far for the running handball, and Marlon's seen him and gone for it, which that in itself not a bad option, but just a bit too rushed, I think.
And the umpire's done this a couple of times, just telling everyone to get out the way from the kick out. So we've gone 24 and a half minutes, so not much time left here. The Buffaloes will be looking to make sure they take possession of the footy. So they go in by 16 points at half-time.
Can't be long left in the half. Maybe only one more opportunity. Looking like it'll go the way of Wanderers, and Alex Sweeter told to play on, gives it off to Keelan Fijo. He kicks it full forward.
Oh.
Two plays to pick from. They both sort of let it go through, and it's gone through for it's not even a behind.
No, it's a boundary throw-in, so again, probably what the Buffaloes did up the other end, they needed to put it to the top of the square. They had two players. There was not a Buffaloes player around them in defence, and just needed to put it to the top of the square, and it would have been an easy goal. You would have marked it down. Not
a bad outcome for them, though. Buffaloes under pressure. Archard does his job to work it as far forward as he can. Only gets it as far as Marlon Mollop. Rolls onto his left, now onto his right. Snaps towards goal, but it's not curling back enough. So another behind for him. They edge out to 5 goals, 5:34, trailing Darwin Buffaloes 7 goals, 8:50.
He's watching his dad just beside us here, just watching these last couple of kicks from his son here, just trying to wheel it in there. Not too impressed, Mo Motlop here.
Buffaloes now go through Pendlebury in that back pocket. Looks forward to the run of McDonald. Couldn't find him cleanly. Ball stops in the mud there in the middle of the ground.
Doesn't move, does it?
Buffaloes work that one out best. Cooper goes forward. Armat Watkins didn't get it cleanly either. Fuller looked to work it forward. Taylor and is it Mansell?
We've gone now 26 and a half minutes. This is a long quarter, very long quarter.
So Kickett's given away the free kick, and it'll go to Wheatra, Daniel Wheatra. Seems like all players are really waiting for that siren. Don't want to make too many risky plays this close to the end of the half. And there we go. So that's half time, and it's 7 goals, 8 Darwin Buffaloes. With the Buffalo Stampede for a big part of that quarter, they kicked 6 goals to 2, leading Wanderers on 5 goals, 5:35. It's a 15-point margin here at Tracy Village. We'll be back after the half-time break. Welcome back to Tracy Village Oval. You're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 2021-22 NTFL season. I'm Will Zwar, with me is Natasha Medbury, and at half-time, somewhat surprisingly, it's Darwin Buffaloes on 7 goals, 850, leading Wanderers on 5 goals, 535. That quarter, Tash, it was all Buffaloes. I think they hit 6 goals to 2, and it was Tom Bork with 3 and the milestone man Jaden Kickett with 2.
Yeah, that was a 25-point turnaround from the first quarter. So we've sort of worked out that must be the goal scoring end, but this will prove us wrong this third quarter.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. Traditionally, it is the Tracy Village end as opposed to the City end, but we'll see what happens here. It's gone down the City end early again. Buffaloes, it was Wanderers heading down there, and it'll be Darren Shillabeer and the crowd calling for him to take a shot, and he's got a boot on him to do it.
He's directly in front as well, so still no breeze, but definitely gettable for Shillabeer, of course, playing against his old team.
Looking pretty confident. Amble's in. It's
look at the kick.
Big, strong kick. He's just pushed it to the right-hand side, though. And player at the fall there, I think it was in Alex Weecher, couldn't take the mark, and it's rolled over the boundary line there.
Yeah, he probably did the right thing there, because if he just let it go, it was going to be a point, but he gives Wanderers another opportunity. Wanderers
famously trailing by 15 points, as we said. They'll be looking to wheel that back as quick as they can and then add some more. Catabala gets the crumb. He's run down. He's gotten away with it. No, he hasn't. He's I think his teammate's been pinged for a incorrect disposal.
Good pick up there by that umpire.
Matthew Motlop gets it off to the big boot and Shillabeer. He kicks it to that far forward flank. Out in front too much on his man, and Aaron Stokes will pick it and use his pace. Kicks it again to Cooper, who has a pace advantage there, but it rolls over the boundary line.
Yeah, Joel Cabillo worked that really well, because it got over the back. Cooper was off on his bike, as you said. He had the wheels on him over Cabillo, but just the smarts of Cabillo worked him to the boundary line and earned himself a stoppage here, which works, I think, in favour of Wanderers.
So it'll be Big Ben Archard, who's been probably the busiest man on ground. Best, I'd say, for Buffs for the whole 2 quarters we've seen so far. He gets the hit out down. He's given away a free kick, though.
He was away then too, Jared Stokes. He put the afterburners on there, Will.
Yeah, he did. Marlon Motlop takes the kick to go forward and rolls over the boundary line. So as we've seen plenty of times today already, and I'm sure we will see many more, Tash, the boundary lines are been very busy as well. It's a tight ground.
And that far side as well, they haven't really come this side. Only a couple of times Wanderers in the first quarter seem to be coming this grandstand club side here, but now they're all over the far side play.
Archard on Shillabeer this time. Shillabeer gets the tap away to Motlop. Motlop, little hack forward. Bates picks it up cleverly, gets it over to Marlon Motlop. He's run down as well by Abala. Great effort after he was run down himself. He's made sure he's redeemed his efforts. And he looks at his options, not really happy with anything. Goes long to the ruckman Archard, and why wouldn't you? It's worked underneath it very well by Shane Thorne, but he's given away the free kick. So Archard now, yet another touch. He's got Vrodos leading, goes beyond him to kick it. Kick it was edged forward pretty cleverly.
Oh, he's very lucky as well, Daniel, to get away with that one. Daniel, I thought he didn't quite have 2 bites of that.
And it's Daniel Fuller kicks it forward. Good strong leap there, couldn't take the mark. Wanderers now working forward pretty quickly. Good effort there by Aaron Stokes to get a fist involved, and he's just having a little word to Shillabeer.
Yeah, he didn't back off at all there, Aaron Stokes. Well done. Shillabeer was honing in down there as well. I'd be a bit scared if I seen him backing back into the back.
I don't know how I'd go in that situation either, Tash.
Oh, he's a big unit.
So Shillabeer in the ruck. Archard gets that one down again. Buffaloes look to work it forward. Wanderers putting plenty of pressure on, not making it easy for them. Here comes Cooper again. He's got good pace. Collinson got a foot in there, then kicked forward again by Vrodos. Ball could kick 3 in that quarter. Couldn't take possession, and he's given a free kick for holding the man. Played that very well.
Yeah, he did. Spot on there, Will. He played that perfectly.
He's got Kickett calling for it. He's got Matt Watkins leading strong at him. Matt Watkins goes back to start again. Ball will kick it to Matt Watkins now. Holds his ground, and it rolls over the back for a boundary throw in.
They'll be happy with that. And Buffalo's got that over the line because the Wanderers' defence had actually moved up to the top of the 50 there. It left 2-on-2 in the forward 50 alone, and it got over the back, and they'll be happy with this stoppage. Dangerous position here for the Buffaloes.
So they're resetting that forward pocket. As you said, risky position. Buffalo's looking to take advantage. Pendlebury throws it on the boot towards goal. No one's on the goal line. Rolls across the face, and it's taken over the boundary line. Gee, lucky there. There's been a few lucky ones like that today, Tash.
Brenton Motlop did that really, really well. As if he fell over, he's just sort of making sure his legs are all right, but I reckon that's to disguise that he was taking that deliberately over the boundary line.
I think they've nearly gotten away with it, because had that gone through, here's Pendlebury again. He throws on the boot again, but it's behind. And again, that contest as well, Pendlebury both times kicks pretty low towards, and it's a bouncer towards goal, and no one on the goal line. And Wanderers.
And both times in that stoppages, Pendlebury, and he's got the height advantage over Nook Mansell, so probably not the best matchup with the stoppages in the forward 50 there.
Ball now comes down. Stokes tries to get a fist in. He does. Tom Motlop is there at the bottom as well. Now comes across. It's Luke Roberts. He goes back to Bala. Rolls onto his left. Wasn't a great handball. Got to Tipalura. He handballs, and Wanderers, they should be away here. They are through Fijo. He rolls around onto his left side. Kicks it with his right. Goes to Thorne. He hands over the top now to Erlinson. Made him stop. Couldn't take it in full flight. And it's a misguided kick towards Bradley Stokes on a half back. Probably let one slip there. They were away and just didn't work it cleanly enough. Games like this, when it is muddy, that's going to happen, but you want to take your opportunities when you can. And Buffaloes will look to make one now. Kick it.
Oh, I read that.
Crumbing there. He's tackled, taken very strongly by Taylor. Now to be Cooper. He handballs it to his advantage. Comes to ground. Wanderers now looking to work it. Taylor again. He's come into the game pretty nicely. Goes to Thorne. Thorne hands it over. Matthew Motlop. Again, wasn't taken well. He'll go to Marlon Motlop now. He kicks it long inside 50. Again to Shillaby, the target. Good, strong, tall mark. Umpire says play on. Didn't take it. And that's the right call there. Buffaloes get it, and they're working it out of their defensive 50.
He doesn't have much to kick to here. Needs to wait for the numbers. No one on that wing.
Not a bad effort to Collinson, but again, there was just no one there to crumb it, and they've used the boundary line as their friend there.
Don't see it very often. The umpire's happy to jump over the fence this time because it's a small fence. He's got that long legs that he doesn't even need to jump it. He just puts steps over it.
Just a little donkey kick over.
A good arm wrestle to start this third quarter with both teams.
Archard again, but taps it down to Thorne. He kicks it forward. Wanderers, are they away? No, they're not. In fact, it's the other way. Buffaloes work it forward. Just throw the ball on the boot. That's been the key today for a lot of plays.
Yeah, deliberate. So no one was over there for the Buffaloes. The umpires pinned him for that one, which is for a rushed kick, I guess, with a short boundary. Probably unlucky.
And unsure about that restart, but it might have worked.
He's dropped that footy. Well done, Tommy Clark.
And it's Shane Thorne who's given away the free kick, and he's given away a 50-metre penalty as well. So that's probably about the fifth or sixth 50-metre penalty we've seen, and it's just ticked over into the third quarter.
Trying to be too cute there, Shane Thorne. No one's standing the mark. Daniel Fuller's coming back. Well done. He made sure he didn't give away another 50. Sharples is running into the 50 now.
And lazy from Wanderers there for Sharples to get forward like that. And again, it could happen again. Lazy from Sharples that time with just not enough on the kick. Too cute, and kick at the milestone man who's had a pretty good game. Just wasn't helped out enough there by his teammate.
Yeah, Sharples, very experienced player, of course, down in the South Australian Footy League, and probably definitely the wrong decision there. He should have gone back and had a crack.
Archard gets the tap down yet again for Buffaloes. Bork is there. Free kick going the way of Wanderers. In fact, no, it's going the way of Buffaloes.
Yeah, so Sharples has a chance to redeem himself here, and this time he's going back, and he'll probably have a ping. It's well within his distance, and I thought with the last mark that he took, he just rushed himself, didn't make the right decision, and I think this is well within his range, Will.
He's had a bit of a topsy-turvy day, Sharples has. He's given away a few 50-metre penalties, and he's done some good things too. Let's see which way this goes. Kicks towards goal. Won't be accurate. In fact, it's out on the full.
So you're right. It's topsy-turvy day. It's just really not going his way today for Sharples.
Taylor will kick it in. And that's a bad turnover straight down the throat of Tom Clark. He's got a man on in ball. He's kicked free in that last quarter. Couldn't find him, and Motlop hands it over the top. And now the Muck-Mucks are away. Fijo, sorry, it was Motlop. He couldn't take it. Balk then. Now with the captain, Stokes can't gather it cleanly. Wanderers have numbers on the outside if they can get it there. Tottenham hit real hard. Umpire is giving him free kick.
Not happy with that hit. The crowd, we're in amongst the Wanderers crowd here.
Tottenham gets it out to Erlinson. Plenty of unsolicited advice from the Wanderers faithful. Erlinson goes down the line. Abala was the one who played for it, but it goes through his hands, and Batesy with a snap torpedo on his right, enters forward 50. Stokes at the bottom of it. Shillabeard has come to ground. Gee, that didn't look too nice on his knees, but he doesn't look too phased. And it's out on the full from Hayden Brown of Buffaloes. Wanderers will restart play on this centre wing through Thomas Motlop.
Yeah, so it's right on the interchange gates here for the Buffaloes, so they're all standing back. Make sure they don't infringe and give away 50.
Motlop demanded the lead of Shillabeer. Good work from the forward. He's taken a diving mark on his knees. See what he does here. You never really know. Always got the goals in mind. Not that time. Goes to the hot spot. Clear at the bottom of it. He gets it to Marlon Motlop, who's got two. Snaps it on his left, but it's through for a behind.
Yeah, that's his third behind, I think, now. Marlon Motlop.
Kicked their first 2 goals of the game that first quarter, and hasn't been... he was very busy. He's still been pretty good, but hasn't been as busy.
No, definitely not as busy as last week. Just a little bit off target since that first quarter.
Archard now going out to that far side. Is that a mark? No, it's not. Umpire calls play on Wanderers.
Why didn't he give a handball?
Oh, yeah, Sharples there. Unfortunately, he's given away another 50. So Sharples just needs to show his experience and his leadership. So this is a definite goal to Wanderers. So they're going to peg back that lead that Buffaloes have got, and this is the third 50-metre penalty that Sharples has given away. Of course, the first one was a 100-metre penalty. In the end, it was 2 in a row. I think it might have been 3 because he went all the way to the goal line. But this is going to be 2 goals against Sharples, pretty much.
Not a great afternoon out. He got one back, but he dare say he owes him another one at least here. See, last time he responded pretty well. See if he can respond again.
So that was Tassoni, I think.
And so Wanderers reduce the margin to 8 points. It's 6 goals, 6-42. Wanderers trailing Buffaloes on 7 goals, 8-58.
So Sharples back in the middle. He needs to redeem 2 goals now. Of course, he probably botched one a couple of minutes ago in that 50, and then had another shot, had an opportunity, and he hit that out of bounds on the full. So yeah, it's not his day at the moment. But I reckon Jared Stokes, even though all the experience that Sharples has, probably just needs to get over him as the captain, have a bit of a chat to him. But Sharples has gone all the way into the forward 50 now for the Buffaloes. But that's 2 goals from 50-metre penalties. You take those 2 goals away, and it's still a very good lead to the Buffaloes. Now it's only 8 points. Yeah,
20 points, and you're almost looking at 1 or 2 more goals, and you're away versus 8 points and 1 goal the wrong way, and it's not looking pretty for you. Here go the Wanderers again, moving forward in a surge. Comes back to Batesy. Throws it on his left. Aaron Stokes couldn't take the mark, gets it to his teammate, throws on his right. Here's Thomas Motlop, rolls onto his right. It's straight. Is it enough on it? No, it's not. Defensive hand gets in there and it rolls over for a rush behind.
So it looks like Thomas has moved up to the forward 50 now. So he was playing in the back six to start the game. Of course, with the top three of their back six missing.
So it's Newman, McLean, and my name's just slipped my mind. Tash, help me out.
Johnson.
That's right. Yep, Lloyd Johnson. And they started pretty well, sort of covering that hole. That second quarter, it got away from them with 6 goals to Buffaloes, and of course, so far it's not too bad this third quarter.
We can't forget that one of their playmakers, halfback, it was Warwick Williams as well. So really, they're down 4 of their top players, because I thought he was in absolutely fine form, the best form that I've seen him in. Williams.
Yeah, a bit more of an everywhere man, but he definitely could break those lines off halfback. When he was in this side, and so yeah, you're right, they are down 4. Unfortunately, he won't be back, but the other 3 hopefully aren't too far away. And a stray kick inside 50 for Buffaloes ends up in the Wanderers' defensive hands. Now comes Mitch Taylor out to Garlick.
Well done to Clarkey again.
Garlick going for a third effort there. Now into Armat Watkins, too far out from home, and not a great kick to his teammates. Almost the high tackle there from Brenton Motlop. Wanderers fans not happy with that, hoping the umpires did help him out, but the umpire will call for a throw-in. Or a ball up, sorry.
I thought Cooper was a little bit unlucky in that contest there. I thought he was taken high, but the umpire said he ducked his head, so he let it go.
And again in a dangerous spot for Wanderers. Can Buffs make them pay Cooper? Ball nearly gets into his hands, rolls out. A bounce for another throw-in.
The dangerous here, Wanderers pecking back the goals, so of course still good opportunity here.
Archard gets a hit, only down into the hands of a Wanderers player. They exit their defensive 50. Ball comes out to Abala. Abala to Stokes. Comes back to Stokes. He goes out wide to Abala. He'll play on. Cheeky kick inside forward 50 to Bork, but he wasn't in front position. Wanderers again looking to slingshot it back down their end of the field. Motlop out there to Weitra.
They've got the numbers here, Wanderers, if they can get it over the back.
Not clean enough with it, and Pendlebury is at the fore of that. In fact, it's Erlinson. So Wanderers, they could still get away with it here. Come out to Tipalura, and boundary line is their friend on this occasion.
Yeah, they were on there, and just a couple of fumbles cost them, Will, as you pointed out, and otherwise they were on and probably would have gone down the other end. They had the overlap, the numbers, and yeah, Shillabeer was one out down there.
Archard on Thorn in the ruck, mixing it up. Wanderers seeing if they can quell Archard, but here he goes again with the clearance from that contest. Ball goes inside 50 for Buffs. They haven't been clean inside there so far this quarter.
That's a slam tackle there. That was a dangerous tackle.
And he's getting to his feet now, Bork.
Just carried on that bit, you know, that throw to the ground where you've got to protect the player, had his arms pinned. So just probably a little bit too much aggression in that tackle there by Wanderers. Otherwise, they probably had him holding the footy.
And he's had an interesting day, Bork. He was pretty quiet in that first quarter, as many of his other forward teammates were. Then he kicked 3 in a row for Buffs to really get them on a roll in that second. That kick there had a bit too much on it, and unfortunately it's a free kick against the milestone man, Jaden Kickett. Now with Taylor. He goes into the middle of the ground. Bit of a barrel. Plenty of advice coming from over the fence from the Wanderers faithful. Buffs into their forward 50. Cooper couldn't take possession. He sort of dives over the boundary line with the ball in tow.
Yeah, flirting with that boundary line again. I think they should have gone into the corridor then, had the numbers on. They're the Buffaloes, and just McDonald there just went too far in the pocket. The umpire just clearing the play again. I've seen this a number of times today.
Yeah, you can see there's a bit of tension between the players and the umpires, sort of doing what they can to reduce it. Taylor and Kickett, very interesting battle in the goal square there. Kickett's surely pinned him for holding the ball. Great tackle.
Just the second and third effort there by Kickett. I thought he was Pretty lucky probably not to give away kicking in danger. I thought that he pulled out of the kick just at the last minute, but managed to get a hand on that jumper, and he held it, and Cabillo just couldn't get rid of the handball.
He's had a pretty good day. This will be almost his 6th shot on goal. He's missed 2. I think he's given off 1 and he's kicked 2. So we'll see what he can do here. This one, no doubt the easiest of the lot.
Oh.
And I've just given him the moz, I think.
Oh, Will.
Sorry for that, Jaden.
That's a carton. That's a carton.
Oh, no.
Oh, you usually aim for a branch behind those trees there somewhere.
Here comes Taylor. I'll sheepishly continue, and it's Motlop the target. He takes it on the wing very strongly, gets up quickly, looking to move it quickly down the wing. Totham will receive it and keep going. He's got plenty of space to work ahead of his opponent. Goes over the head of Shillabeer. Misdirected kick. Abala will crumb it. Comes back to Totham. He's hit hard. Ball pops out. Now down the wing again for Buffs.
That's a good body work there by Bowles, I think that was.
Now with Stokes. Stokes kicks in between 2 Wanderers players, and they'll crumb if they can do it cleanly. And Cabillo given a free kick for a...
Sharples again, he's having a dog of a day, Will. There's no other word for it.
It was topsy-turvy at first, and his third quarter's just taken him right down the turvy, and it hasn't been a good quarter for him at all. And Wanderers will look to move quickly. Now they go to Thorne on this near side wing. He goes to Abala.
Oh. Nearly chopped off there. That was nearly a good mark. Abala coming across
intercepted by Abala, I should say.
Is that early again?
And again, the sirens.
21 minutes,
early.
okay.
Or
21.
Is that it? That's it.
No, they've got it right this time, I think. Just a short quarter.
So 3-quarter time, and it's 6 goals, 7-43. Wanderers trailing the Buffaloes on 7 goals, 10-52. You're watching this round 16 action from Tracy Village Oval. We will be back after this 3-quarter time break.
nice intro to the last quarter there.
Welcome back to Tracy Village Oval. I'm Will Zwar. With me is Natasha Medbury, and you're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 2021-22 TIO NTFL season. Round 16 action between Wanderers and the Buffaloes. As we've said all day, it's Jaden Kiggett's 150th, and he's having a pretty good day. 2 goals so far as his Buffaloes lead 7 goals 10-52 against the Wanderers on 6 goals 7-43. So that's a 9-point margin, Tash.
Yeah, it is 9 point. I reckon, Will, who are you going for in this? Who you reckon's going to take it from here?
I think the Buffs don't have a lot left to play for this year, but today's one of them with that milestone to celebrate. They will take it home.
Yeah, I'm going to back you with that one too. I just feel there's probably just a little bit more in them at the moment, but Wanderers will probably come out and put us both to shame here.
Archer gets the first hit out. We might be off to a good start, Tash. It's a bit of a dead heat in the middle there. A bit of feeling about that contest, and there's been a little bit about it building all day. Umpire balls it up again in the middle. Ball comes down to Fijo. He gets a handball out wide to Erlinson. Overcooks the kick to Shillabeer, but he'll run onto it. Kept it alive. Stokes now picks it up and is tackled. Umpires say play on, comes to Shillabeer now. Ball bounces out of his hands and over the boundary line for a throw in. Oh, and the Buffaloes players hit the ground. An errant fist is gone, and it's a free kick against Shillabeer.
So that's Aaron Stokes that's won that. Just keeping an eye on the bench. Tassoni there is out there, but Jared Erlinson, I don't reckon, has been on since half-time. He's sitting down against the pole down there. He's not actually on the bench with the rest of the players because, I can't recall him starting in the middle in the third quarter.
No, you're right. I think I've been calling those two the wrong way around for about a quarter and a half, Tash, but he has gone a bit missing. So, there's been a few other players. Simon Bates had some work in that first quarter on his back. He's out there at the moment.
And that just puts that rotation out in the midfield for Wanderers. It's just, I just noticed him not move, and the other 3 interchanges sitting on the bench, and he's on the ground against the pole. So just at the interchange there. So
in a game like this where it is tight, that can well and truly play into the result.
And not good if it's a serious injury as well for Wanderers, because he's a key player in that midfield.
So umpire will throw it in on that far wing. Archard on Weecher in the ruck. Archard popped it down. Stokes trying to run onto it, but again, boundary line wins the contest there.
Buffs will be happy with that. Just stoppage after stoppage, pushing it forward.
And we saw after that onslaught of goals in that second quarter, just the one in the third quarter there, Tash. So Buffalo's sort of trying to contain this game as much as they can. They probably want a little bit more scoreboard distance between them and Wanderers, but I think they'd be happy to see a slog in this last quarter.
Yeah, just a bit of a touch finder, you'd feel that one was. Not deliberate or anything like that, but just slowly grinding their way down to the forward 50 here, the Buffaloes. And now they've got it in a dangerous position around the stoppage, and Pendlebury usually around these stoppages is the dangerous one.
He had 2, not quite shots, but 2 very clean clearances in that last quarter, and he's right in amongst it again here. Let's see if they go to him. They do. He takes the ball, throws it again. It's the outside on his left boot, but it's a behind.
Geez, he tried to roast that one over the fence. I reckon he had a bit more time on him to get the drop punt through there, and he just banged it away, and it just drifted.
He did kick the first goal of the game in similar fashion, so maybe he was trying to replicate that, but probably could have done a bit better with it. Not a great kick out there from Wanderers, and it's John Vrodos who takes the mark too far out, but he'll give it his best. It bounces through for a behind. So already 2 behinds, and it's 11 points, the difference.
Yeah, 3.5 gone.
It'll be Daniel Weecher taking the kick in here for Wanderers. He'll go out to Motlop, who has been one of the best on ground for me for today. He kicks it to himself, to his own advantage, tries to keep it alive, does it again, but Eldridge has copped a foot to the face.
Yeah, right.
And he's been paid a high tackle.
Took him out from under his bloody knees, you idiot!
Apologise there to the comments coming through there.
He kicks it over the top. Eldridge does to Jackson Clark. He's had a pretty quiet day today. Just a handball to the opposition, not the best decision there, and the ball works over the boundary line.
But again, stoppage, so Buffalo's still grinding away up forward there, 4.5 gone. That definitely love another goal, that's for sure, but.
Archard on Wheatra in the ruck. Archard again with the tap down. Totham, who's come alive in this second half, gets a barrel of a boot to the ball. Now with Hayden Brown. He goes inboard. Stokes kicks it inside the forward 50 to a 2-on-1 there. Comes out now to Taylor. I think that's Mansell at the bottom of the pack. And now ball comes out towards goal. It hits the post.
They had the numbers down there, the Buffaloes, and they just kept pressing and pressing. Wanderers went to ground, but the ball come out, and I just feel that Buffaloes look like they've come out the better team at three-quarter time.
Taylor with a big kick. Gee, that's gone half the field. Cabillo now gets her hands out, tight on that boundary line. Totham out there, gets through one tackler, now goes inbound to Tassoni. He handballs it, they're under pressure, it's a 2-on-3, they can work it out though. Cabillo now goes forward, breaks the line. Shillabeer try to take the mark, a bit too cute, but he'll get the free kick.
Yeah, just against Stokesy there. This is dangerous here for the Buffaloes. Thorny's one out.
Kick inside the forward 50.
Oh, well done.
Great work there from the fullback.
Who's absolutely covered in mud.
I believe it's Jake Cole. He goes out to Jackson Clark.
He would have been a nervous player there. One-on-one with Thorny in the forward 50 is very dangerous every day of the week, but he just got in front and read it beautifully.
Hayden Brown now takes the ball. I think many of the players thought it had gone over, and the boundary umpire now says it has.
He's had a big job on Shillabeer today, Will, and I just thought he's won that battle. I feel so far in this game, Shillabeer could easily kick another, three goals yet in this last quarter, but he's just played him so well, and he's ran off him as well to create the numbers from half back. Yeah,
absolutely. Goalless so far by my count, Shillabeer. Brown's definitely done a very good job on him. Here's Cole now. Under pressure, and that's out on the full, not a good kick. Shillabeer, he could be the man here. He'll take it.
Yeah, he's good from these angles as well, Shillabeer.
Bit of a miracle man. See what he can do here.
You're right, goalless so far, but he could really turn the game open and kick. I know they're going to give it to Thomas, and he's another good kick from these angles as well, Thomas.
Yeah, Tom Motlop for me has been their most consistent player through the 4 quarters so far, and despite the fact they're down by 12, I'd say he's been the most influential player on the field, him along with Ben Archard.
Yeah, I agree with you, Will.
Motlop, tight angle, high ball. Has it gone through? It has. Tom Motlop's kicked it, he's hit the deck after letting his opponent know about it, but it's a very important goal for the Wanderers, opens the account this quarter and reduces the margin to 6 points.
He just loves those angles there, Thomas Motlop, and has been an absolute superstar in this competition over many years. Thomas Motlop, know the family very well, and yeah, we get stuck into each other every now and again, just stirring each other up, but he has been one of the most consistent players, and he's going to get another free kick because he was dumped after he kicked the footy, which the umpires have been red hot on this today. We've seen one earlier on in the second quarter, I believe. So Thomas is going to have another shot on goal, so he can have 2 in the space of about 20 seconds.
And that'll be more or less make up for what happened down the other end of the ground in that second quarter.
Yeah, and it was against Thomas Clark. He was pleading his case, but even after they kick a goal, you've got to be careful that you don't, deck the player or do anything infringe at all, because they're gonna give the free kick.
So he kicks it. He's happy with that one, and he levels the scores. So Wanderers take it to 8 goals, 7, 55, leading Darwin Buffaloes 7 goals, 13, 55. Thomas Motlop with the last 2 goals of the game. An absolute ripper from the boundary line, and then a free kick after I think it was Thomas Clark's demonstrated with him and given away a free kick. Put him on the deck and give him a goal.
Yeah, when he played at Nightcliff, of course, when his dad was coaching there, he played in the forward line, kicked a bag of goals. As a noted goal kicker, has played absolutely everywhere over his career, Thomas Motlop, and we said that he's probably been one of the better players with Archard, but just getting those 2 goals puts him the best player out there for
put him
sure.
On top for sure, yeah. Archard, he doesn't want to lose that mantle easily. He gets another hit out, which will lead to another clearance to Buffs, you would think. They get it here through Luke Roberts. He kicks it deep inside the forward 50 to Bulk. Couldn't take the mark. Kick it is hit hard. Umpire says play on. Wanderers looking to leave the defensive 50. Now comes through to Matthew Motlop. Tries to get around one. He's slung over the boundary line.
Yeah, he's gone. He went one way then the other, but he's hurt here, Matty Motlop. He hasn't moved.
Really? Let's not worry about the bloody dangerous tackle. Let's make sure you get a free kick.
So just the trainers and everyone going to Matty Motlop here. Not quite sure if he's holding his knee or maybe his head. He took on Stokesy, went one way, then went the other, and Stokesy nailed him. He was
big, strong tackles.
He was over the boundary line, but he did have prior opportunity before it. But I didn't really see anything going after the tackle.
So we'll see what's happening here. He's getting to his feet now with a bit of assistance. So it might be, I think, looking at the way he's standing there, don't want to speculate too much, but it could be a knee or I think it's a knee problem. Has just been slung in that tackle.
So of course his brother is the coach of Wanderers, Aaron. Father's Mark Motlop. They're here. He said hello to his mum today.
Just calling for a bit more help from the bench. It'll be Nick Mansell replacing him.
Yeah, he's walking not too bad now, Will, which is sometimes a good indication. But definitely is feeling that tackle from Stokesy.
Just a bit too much. Sort of took the wind out of him, that one did.
So here's Sharples once again, can try and redeem himself here. Tough angle. Haven't really seen him kick many goals from this angle, Sharples.
Can he get back in the good books? He's been out of them to start with, then back in them, and well and truly out of them. Sharples kicks towards goal, not a great kick, and it's through for an out on the full. No, it's a behind.
So he snuck that one in for a behind, but as Matty Motlop just walks past us, looking a bit ginger, a bit sore, but I reckon it's nothing serious, hopefully.
Wanderers on that far flank. Plenty of space.
That's a crucial point as well. So
it's put Buffaloes back in front. Yes, it has. Could be the point that they need from Sharples.
Yeah, 13 minutes gone now.
And sloppy tackle here on that far wing from Buffs. Wanderers looking to move inside the forward 50. Thorn the target. Nearly got a good strong mark. Tipalura there to crumb it. He couldn't take it. Stokes gets her hands out. And it's an incorrect disposal. So Wanderers on again. They've got a few players on. Go to Shillabeer.
Oh, Thomas Motlop was on as well. They're going to bring it back, Will. So he wasn't on his mark properly, but Thomas Motlop was on 40-metre mark right in front of goal in the corridor. He was screaming for it, but they didn't see him or hear him. That was his brother as well, Marlon.
So kicks to the hot spot, Tom Motlop, the target, he's taken it. No, he hasn't. Nearly got hands to it. Vrodos gets a quick hands out for Buffs. Ball at the bottom of a bunch of players. Clark and Bates for Buffs and Wanderers.
Yeah, he's coming off now, Thomas Motlop. I'd leave him out there. He's red hot. He asked for the interchange himself, but he's red hot. Leave him out there in the forward line.
Toddem replaces him. Not a bad replacement. Toddem's definitely been up there for Wanderers today. Big, strong tackle on Tipalura. Thought it was a bit strong, but it's pinged for hole. He's pinged for holding the ball.
It's
so
hurt him as well.
will look to move it quickly. Goes into that back pocket, not a great kick. Bates putting plenty of pressure on. He's looking very gingered in these last couple of minutes, Bates. Just wonder how long he'll be out there. Another player for Wanderers in their back line cramping up.
Yeah, of course, so we already said they're already down. So if Matty Motlop's come off, Jared Erlinson hasn't come back. They're only down to 2 rotations.
Could be a war of attrition on our hands. Archard on Adams in the ruck. Stokes kicks it.
It's the good touch finder there.
Absolutely.
Not deliberate, just slowly working it forward as they did to start this quarter. Can't really defend this lead, but so 15 minutes gone.
No, need to keep going, need to keep going. And then interestingly, despite the lead, they trail by a goal. They've got 7 points up on Wanderers, Buffaloes do, so they could be a bit further in front. Wanderers now looking to go forward. Eldridge.
Oh,
he's taken the mark, but the umpires said play on.
That's a mark. I can't see where that
must have been touched off his boot, but it didn't appear to be.
No, there was no one around him, so bad luck to Timmy Eldridge.
Crowd becoming animated here at Tracy Village Oval.
Yeah, they're getting right into it, aren't they?
Roberts gets a fist of ball, goes to Totem. He gets inside 50 and a good kick. Just got into the right place at the right time for Darren Shillabeer. He's yet to kick a goal today, but this could be the one. This could be the important one that he needs to kick.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best day, has he? But he'll probably go back and nail this one and put him in front.
So Shillabeer walks in, very high kick, trying to work it back, but it's a behind. So he ties up the scores again at 56 apiece.
Doesn't have his kicking boots on today, Shillabeer.
He's been an influential figure and an influential presence, but you're right, he hasn't really impacted that scoreboard the way he'd like to. So Buffaloes will now work it out from that back line. Stokes there in the back pocket.
Oh, that's a good mark. Again,
Big Ben Archard.
Let's go, Eagles!
Archard goes down the line. Balk the target. Ball again through his hands. Hasn't been his friends today, his hands. Stokes then tried to work the ball forward.
Yeah, it's through the
ping for an incorrect disposal.
Yeah, through the footy there. Couldn't get rid of it.
Umpire says play on.
But I tell you what, if he was gone, if he actually broke that tackle, he was gone. With his speed, he could have had a shot on goal.
And no play on there, sorry. The umpire's just told the player to get back on his mark. Wanderers now looking again to go down there forward.
Oh, too easy there.
Pendlebury at the back, just picking up the crumbs.
He was fourth in line to that footy.
And the play is definitely slowing up here. Balk again, the target, couldn't take the mark. Got it through. Collinson tried to take it. Umpires pulled a free kick going the way of Buffs. Kick it is one out against Taylor in the goal square. Won't go to him, they'll go to Balk. In fact, Taylor's man has read the ball perfectly. He hasn't taken the mark though.
Oh.
Kick it, will give it off to Cooper. Cooper kicks a goal and Buffs are in front by 6 points.
What a good team effort there. And Jaden Kickett, you wouldn't question him if he went in and drilled that goal, but he passed it to Cooper in the right spot as well. And that's a good goal. I thought Mitchell Taylor had that, but it just was stolen out of his hands on the way down, which was fair enough. And they had the numbers behind the footy, and no Wanderers players were there. They all thought Mitchell Taylor had taken the mark as well. Yeah,
look, great reading the play there from Taylor. But you know, when you do that, you take a few steps off your man. You have to be clean, you have to be clear, and you have to do it properly. He hasn't. They've gotten one out the back, and they've had 2 players to choose from in the goal square. At a crucial time like this, it's put them 6 points down, the Wanderers, so they'll be looking for the next one for sure.
Which I reckon if he had that again, Will, probably would have gone with the punch, even though he was up nice and high, no one was around him, but just as a defender in these dying times, yeah, he would have gone the punch.
And Big Ben Archard will take the free kick out of the centre square there.
Wanderers need to give it back here. They're not the ones that are in front. So we've gone just on 19 minutes.
Todd him being a bit cheeky there and giving the ball back. Archard kicks it to Bulk. Nearly took one inside the forward 50, but again, not quite. Ball finds itself at the bottom of a pack of players. Umpire will call for a ball up.
And this is a goal, of course, would be crucial, but a point. If they can get 1 point up, that means the Wanderers need 2 scoring opportunities. So they'll be happy with anything here, the Buffaloes.
Archard again gets the ball down. Plenty of pressure, plenty of bodies around the ball. No one letting it go easy, but the umpire has pinged a free
Sharples. He's just not having the day, is he?
The poor thing. I think it's Shane Thorner who will be taking it. Way further away from goal than he'd like to be, and he's cramping up as well. He went for Shillabeer, couldn't take the mark, but he got the ball down to his teammate, kicked it forward to 3.
Oh, well done, Bradley Stokes.
3 buff space. Stokes is one. He went to Clark. He now comes out to Pendlebury in too much space for a player of his calibre.
Stokesy, just to take that on the half volley there, he had to attack it. He couldn't wait for the footy to come to him, and that was brilliant play. And I tell you what, if they get the ball down the other end and get a point or a goal, they need to get around Bradley Stokes.
Now with Jackson Clark looking forward, probably not quick enough to move. He calls for someone to do something. Kicks it very high. Good strong mark there from Sean Armat Watkins, and he plays on quick, a bit too quick, and
there's that point.
Look, it's a handy point.
There's that point.
He could have gone back and made a bit more of it, but it's a handy point nonetheless.
So 20 and a half minutes gone now. We're in the red time.
And it's a 7-point margin in favour of Darwin Buffaloes. They're 8 goals 15, leading by 7 behinds. 8 goals 8, 63 plays 56 here at Tracy Village Oval. Ball now comes in to the middle of the ground, over the top. Wanderers could have a chance to get forward if Tassoni can get it out cleanly. He can't. Sharple's there.
Oh,
got
good
it forward
paddle.
to Armat Watkins. Armat Watkins to Clark, and Clark's run down by Fijo. Great running tackle. Clee plays on quickly. Umpire says away you go. And now they go outside that far wing. Marlon Motlop, the target, takes it uncontested. He wants to move it quickly, looking for options. Umpire calls play on. Shillabeer, the target.
Yeah, he's gone out, I think. They're just contesting this. It's a boundary throw-in, so he played on outside the field. He went off his line, and it's a boundary throw-in. So Marlon Motlop's pleading his case there, but it was Timmy Eldridge that was on the mark that pointed it out. So, wow, that could be costly.
I dare say the fans won't be happy with that one.
No, it's nearly gone 22 minutes as well. What a game we've had here today.
Let's go, Eagles!
So umpire will throw it in. Archard on Weetra. Ball comes down. No one takes possession yet. Bottom of a pack now with the Wanderers. It'll be Stokes who gets to it first. No, it won't. Comes out now to Tipalura. He runs inside 50, kicks towards goal. Has it got enough? It's a behind.
There's the point.
There's the point. It's back again. 6 points. Buffaloes have seen a draw already this season back in round 2 against Southern Districts. Will they see a second one? Thomas Clark takes it. He kicks it. Very close to the boundary line. And good fist in there from Hayden Brown. The kick didn't favour him. It was well in favour of Shillabeer. And again, Brown's probably won that contest today. He's gotten a fist to it.
Yeah, he definitely has. And Tommy Clark probably rushed that a little bit.
So ball comes in again. Archard gets the tap down. Free kick going the way of Wanderers. They need to move quickly. It'll be Weetra with the free kick. They need to move quicker than they are. He does now. Goes to the hot spot. Motlop is there. No one took the mark. Kick comes out the top from Bates.
They'll punch it through.
And it's the behind. So that takes it to less than a goal.
Oh, again, there probably wasn't much pressure to force that one. Oh, dear. Oh,
not
dangerous.
a great kick into Sony. Overran it. Nearly intercepted. Bolt gets a hands free under pursuit. Thorne in there as well. Now comes out to Brown. Brown, Bolt gets her hands over. Archard tried to sling it forward. Not sure about that disposal. Armat Watkins kicks it forward now. Campbell gets a foot to it. Not sure about that one either. Now with Motlop, he hands it back. Totham gets boot to ball, kicks it down the line. Now marked by Marlon Motlop. He needs to move quickly. He senses the occasion. He plays on. He kicks it inside 50. Thomas Motlop's the target. He takes the mark. No, he doesn't. In front, middle, Crummer's own ball. Gets boot to ball.
Oh.
And it's out on the full. But he's given a free kick.
It's downfield, but it's downfield. It's downfield. So Batesy's got to take this.
And he'll take it from the boundary line.
No, he's going to bring it back. I thought he played that downfield because it was after he kicked the footy, but the umpires brought it back.
So it'll come to Motlop, will it? And it looks like it'll be Tom Motlop's kick from about.
And I'll tell you what, if you want someone to win a game on the siren for you, having a shot at goal, it's Thomas Motlop.
Especially in a game like this today, the way he's played. They trail by 5 points, 8 goals 10, 58 to 8, 15, 63. Thomas Motlop has kicked the last 2 goals of the game.
Oh, and he snuck it in.
That one too. So he puts them up by 1 point. What a game we have had today. And there's the siren. So Wanderers win it by a single point. They break the celebrations of Jaden Kickett's 150th. And they lead at the death. Thomas Motlop, best on ground and the hero. 3 goals in that last quarter.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. He was best on ground before the last quarter started. Those four goals just nailed it. He's so dangerous. He started in the back 6, of course, in the defensive 50. They moved him up onto the wing and then into the forward line. He's so dangerous and he's such a good shot on goal, Thomas Motlop. As I said, that you'd want him having the shot after the siren. We had it a second before the siren and, everyone's got to shout him a few drinks tonight back at the shed, I think.
And unfortunately, it's not the way that Jaden Kickett wanted to celebrate his 150th, not the way that the Buffs would have been hoping to celebrate today's game. Not a lot left to play for this year, but it's an important win for Wanderers. It keeps them in touch with the top 3 and the double chance. And we'll have to see how they go next week.
Very, very good game, Will. Thanks, great calling as well. But what a terrific game to end round 16 it was. But beautiful, good sportsmanship shown out there, good skills. But Wanderers just kept pegging away. And I guess the 2 goals against Sharples with those 50 just come back to bite them. Yeah, absolutely. Look, just Wanderers in the end, just a better side. Not all day, but when it mattered most. And that's why they're sitting in finals contention and Buffalo's aren't. We'll leave it with you there. The final score today reads Wanderers on 9 goals 10, 64. 1 point winners against Darwin Buffaloes on 8, 15, 63. Thank you for joining us here at Tracy Village for round 16 action of the 2021-22 TIO NTFL season. We'll see you next time.